So next thing I'm going to go over is the braking. So I'll leave it turned on for this because it's better when it's on. When it's off the engine, the brakes don't work so well. So braking can sound really confusing, but it's not. It takes a long time to explain, but there's actually not that much. There's a lot to do, but it's actually quite simple in a way. So when you brake, did you do braking before? Your last lessons? I can't remember. I mean, you wouldn't, I suppose, if you're doing corners.
You do clutch down and brake?
You can, but what's the difference if you do clutch then brake, or brake and clutch? What's the main difference between those two?
Of doing it the other way around.
Yeah, because there is a reason why you can do it around, and there's a good and a bad of each.
I'm not sure.
So if you clutch it up, what's that doing? What's your engine actually doing?
It's like connected to the engine.
That's it. So when you come off the gas, what's going to happen to your engine?
You're going to slow down.
Yeah, so in turn that'll slow your wheels down because you're still connected to your wheels. So it's what we call engine braking. And it sounds bad, but it doesn't mean like braking the engine, it means engine braking, because using the engine to slow down. So when you come off the gas and you brake with your clutch up, your brakes, it's hard to give a number, but it's roughly 10 to 20% stronger braking. So you can brake and brake and brake, that's like your maximum braking power. When you do an emergency stop later on lessons, that's what you do. You brake hard with your clutch up, because you want maximum braking power. So most of the time, of course, you want maximum power, because you want to have the most power you can available to you. But what happens if you're going really, really slow crawling in traffic and you get maximum braking power?
Oh, you're gonna like, I don't know the word. You're gonna stop very suddenly.
That's it. It's like a jolt to bang. That's it. So this is where it gets a bit confusing. The clutch goes down when the engine is quiet, like it is now. So when you're going at high speed, like say doing 30 miles an hour, you brake, 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 brake. When you hear the engine starting to struggle, just before it struggles, then your clutch goes down. Because the engine is saying, I can't go any slower in third, get the clutch down. If you're crawling down a road at low speed, like on a high street, it's clutch down, brake. Because you don't need the braking power. There's no point in having the braking power really hard if you're going 1 mile an hour. But the thing is, it doesn't really make a big difference. In the old days, it used to make a massive difference. And if you did the wrong order, you'd be in trouble. But now, if you're going up to about 30 and below, it doesn't really make a huge difference. If you do clutch, brake, brake, clutch, you won't feel a massive difference. Apart from when, like looking ahead, what is there that would have really make a difference with the braking?
So we're going downhill in a minute?
So down a hill, how would you brake to get the most braking power? What method would you do out of those two?
You want to put the clutch down?
Nope, so brake first.
No.
So you brake, brake, brake. So when your clutch is up, it's stronger. So downhill, you want to go brake, 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 because you're fighting to get to the hill. Then clutch down, last moment. So if you're going up a hill, the opposite. If you're going up a hill, you don't need much braking power, because there's no point in having the brake plus the clutch plus the hill is all slowing you down. It's like 3 kinds of braking. You'd stop dead on the spot. This will make sense when you do, because this takes a long time to fully go over. You can, if you do the lazy way, just go clutch brake every time. But the problem is with that is sometimes that'll make you go quite fast. Because if you're going down a hill, your clutch is holding you back. So when you've got no pedals at all, the clutch pedal's holding you back, the engine and the gears are holding you back. As soon as you go clutch down, it releases the engine, you go flying down a hill. Then you're braking, fighting against the hill. So this all makes sense a little bit when we start doing it, because I know it can sound confusing this. So we do braking, 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 clutch down.
Okay.
But the thing is, you don't do it for long. It's any kind of brake, clutch. It isn't a long difference. You don't like brake first, clutch down when the revs are low. The more we do that in a moment, you'll get to what I mean about the way it feels and the way it senses. But before you can even brake, what else do you need to do? Imagine you're driving down the road at 30 or 20, 30, whatever.
So you need to be looking in your mirrors?
Yeah. So which 2 mirrors would you do?
Well, definitely the middle one.
That's it.
But here, surely I can see more out of that one than this one, because this is on a curve.
That's it. Generally, you do middle left mirror to pull up on the left, middle right mirror to pull up on the right. It doesn't really matter. The thing is, you must do what we call take effective observation. No one cares if you look in that one and that one. If you see something, it's no good looking in that one and that one, and you miss something. That's not as good. So as long as you see what's going on behind you, it doesn't matter. You don't need your blind spot when you pull up. Some people do the blind spot. You don't need to. So we're going to drive down the road and do mirror, mirror. What would you do next if someone's behind you or in front of you?
Someone's behind me.
But when you get a turn, what do you need to do? Just tell them.
We signal.
Yep. So it's standing on mirror, signal, manoeuvre. So do mirror, signal. For the moment, if you wanted to signal left every time, it's safer, because if you do brake a little bit erratically or whatever, you may not, but if you do, people know you're going to stop. So for the moment, I recommend always signal when you pull up, just for now. But you don't have to if no one's around, that's fine. So you do mirror, signal, You steer towards the curb a little bit. Now the distance from the curb now is really good. Do you remember last time I think I mentioned how you can tell where the curb is? I think we did it once.
It was to do with the shape of this part on the top of your car.
That's it, that kind of black dot. Do you remember saying about the black dot? I think I mentioned the black dot.
Yeah.
Where the curb is now, how close to the dot is the curb?
About an inch.
That's it. So it should be about there. If the curb's getting more closer to the dome, closer over to the dome, more to the right, that's not good. So when you pull over, the curb should be about here-ish. Sort of, whether you can't tell, but we're about there. So the curb is kind of in the far left of your windscreen. When you're driving, you pull over, it comes over and over and over, and you want it to be about there. What makes braking quite hard is that you've got to brake as and when you need to. It may be normally you do mirror, signal, steer, then you brake. But if you're going fast, you can't pull up towards the curb, do 30, then brake, it's too fast. You've got to brake as and when you need to. This is why braking is so hard, because I can't say do it now or then. It's whenever you need to do it. So when you learn to drive, there's only 3 things you ever learn, which is moving off, stopping and steering. If you can do all those 3 things, you can do anything. So we've already done moving off, now we're doing the stopping. Just saying, this can sound an easy thing, you think, well, stopping's easy, but stopping can take hours and hours to fully get used to. If not, great, it'll save loads of time. But normally it takes a few hours at least to get used to it, with all the different kinds of things you can do.
Because I didn't even know there was more than one type. I thought it was always just clutch and brake.
No,
so
it's all brake clutch. Clutch brake you can do, but it's quite a lazy way of doing it. The problem that is, because I did that when I passed my test, and your brakes wear down in no time, because you're doing just the brakes on the road, not the clutch helping. Clutch down brake, it's struggling, the brakes are clamped on, struggling, and your brakes will wear down quite quickly.
Okay.
But overall, the overall thing is you got to stop. It doesn't really matter for now if you wear the brakes down, because you're not really bothered about that. For the moment, you're more bothered about actual stopping and getting a feel for it. So to recap on that, because there's a lot to go over, I'll talk through all this as you do it. It's going to be mirrors, middle and left, signal every time. Just be careful you don't signal, then go past the side road. So there's a little road on the left there, you have to be careful of that. And then brake a little bit, clutch down, steer. But you'll see when you do it, it's easier to actually do this so far and then to try and describe it all, because it gets very complicated. Final thing is how much you need to brake. So try now pressing the brake pedal down all the way, and just come off a little bit. That's roughly how much you need to brake. So it's just like, imagine you put it right down again all the way. That's like a full-on emergency stop. So you lift it about half a centimetre up. About there, which is roughly how much you need. You feel like a squeeze, so you kind of squeeze it down and squeeze it up. But just have a few pumps now, just kind of get used to the feel of it, because it doesn't go down very far. And like the gas pedal goes down quite a way, and the clutch goes down quite a way. So that's pretty good. Let's go and put that into practice though, because theory is great, but you've got to actually practice it as well.